Welcome to Brighton. We're continuing our UK series at this lovely seaside town of Brighton. We are, is it a town or is it a city? Because Brighton and Hove is a city.
And Brighton
is a town, perhaps. So comment below, let us know. So today we've got an action-packed day planned, lots to see. We've started with some coffee. We're gonna head over to...
We're gonna head over to the Royal Pavilion, because that's something we've never done before. We're going to head down to the beach area. We're going to go on the pier, the Royal Pier.
The Laines.
The famous Laines. So we're going to show you all of that and more.
Yeah, we said we need to see more of our own country. So we're making a real effort this year. And Brighton is somewhere that I came as a child. Did you come as a child?
I came as a child, yes. So both of us, it's been a very long time since we've been here.
Very long time. So that nostalgia of coming back, seeing it. But let's go see the pavilion. Brighton. That was a really good journey, wasn't it?
Yeah, the weather is glorious today. Definitely beach weather today.
And of course, first stop has to be coffee. And we've really been trying to step away from the chain brands that we're so attached to, like Starbucks, Pret, Costa. And Rich has researched a local coffee firm called
Botanist Coffee Company. They get super good reviews. Really good at being independent and sourcing local produce, and they do really good oat lattes. I drink oat milk, so perfect for me.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes walk from the station on the way to the beach, so let's go check it out. So the coffee shop is just 5 minutes walk down Gloucester Road, and it's just actually just says North Lane, so it's right there.
So close.
Let's go check it out. So here is the coffee shop right here. Love the display there. Got a little coffee window outside. Coffee? Here we go. You got coffee?
It's so nice. It was all like golden the way they mixed it up. But it was sold by a lovely lady called Maddie. And she told us there's 3 locations in Brighton and Hove. This is on Gloucester Road, which is around 3 minutes from the station.
And this was the first one, wasn't it?
This is the first one, yeah. And then they've opened one up at the Pavilion as well.
Looks so nice. And how would you rate the coffee then? Let's do a taste test.
Really, really good.
Yeah, I'm going to try mine. Oh, it's really smooth. Really nice coffee. And what I like is it's the bean is from Horsham, so it's a Sussex-based coffee roaster in Horsham. And Horsham's actually where my dad, who has since passed away, but he used to have his business in Horsham. So we used to be in Horsham all the time. So I feel like there's a connection there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So big thumbs up to the coffee.
We'll have to try the other ones. Oh, the other thing she said was, Maddie said, was that each of the 3 locations do different takes on different drinks. So it's worth visiting each of the different stores to get different different types of drinks that they do.
Yes. So on that note, 5 minutes from the station, we're now going to head down to the beach.
Really, really enjoying the coffee. It's so smooth, really refreshing as we walk down to the beach. About 15-minute walk.
15-minute walk to the pier, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thumbs up for the coffee.
I'm sure we'll see some seagulls today, but there's a big one there on the Quadrant pub. It's a lovely downhill walk to the pier. We're just arriving at the beach.
To a little fact that I found out about Brighton. You ready? So Brighton claims to be home to the oldest cinema in the UK and arguably in the world. Yeah, so
Very interesting. Where is it?
Duke of York's Picture House.
Okay.
Yep, and even more interesting, there's a pair of can-can dancer legs that poke out the top.
I feel like we should go here.
Yeah, which was brought over in 1994 from a theatre in Oxford. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Did you know that? So potentially the oldest cinema, operating cinema in the world.
I should go see it.
Yeah.
Just about 6 minutes walk from Brighton Pier, suddenly this appears. Wow, this is the Royal Pavilion and Garden.
It's got like, I know it's not on the same scale, but like Taj Mahal vibes.
Great statue of George IV there, and obviously it was his palace that was built.
Let's head in. We're going to go into the Royal Pavilion. This seems to be the main entrance in, right from the main road. Very royal entrance here. And looks like we're going to head into some gardens as well before we reach the actual main entrance. It's definitely a nice feature walking through the gardens, especially this time of year when the sun's out and it's really nice and warm. You're smelling all the different flowers. And it looks like they're doing a season of colour as well, looking at this board. Even here, this way to step into the colour. So we're just working our way through to where we get our tickets from. Looks like there's several options. So to the left you can go to the Royal Pavilion, to the right the Brighton Dome, and then back the way we came is the Brighton Museum and Art Gallery. Look at that, that's incredible. Can you believe that this is literally sat right by the seaside?
Yeah.
It's mad.
It just doesn't look like it's the UK.
I think that's what makes it so incredible, the fact that this feels like it shouldn't be here, and that's why you've got to come and see it.
So we booked our tickets online. We did it around 2 weeks ago, so there was good availability. It is a Saturday, so it might be a busier day, but it's actually not bad. We got a 9:30, which is the earliest opening time. We opted, now it's normally £19.50 per adult, but they do a 2-for-1. If you travel to Brighton by rail, you can get 2 for the price of 1 as long as you keep your National Rail ticket. So we're going to go in and hopefully we're only paying £19.50 because that's what we've booked. So
Yeah.
we'll let you know how it goes.
So if you're travelling in by Gatwick or Heathrow, if you're coming in as overseas or anywhere long distance, then definitely keep hold of those tickets and see if you can get that discount.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Just straight to the manager.
Great, thank you. Very cool little model. I love this.
That's cool.
Really nice.
Incredible.
With the light up there. So we got our ticket 2-for-1, and all we had to do was show our rail ticket. So we requested a receipt, and that was it. And this was a palace originally. Now it's a pavilion, but originally George IV built this as a palace.
Yes. And as we came in, there was a sign up saying, try and imagine life without colour. Because for George IV, colour and flamboyancy was really important. So we're going to try and imagine it without colour.
I'm just going to say this next bit is amazing.
We're going to capture this moment because walking in here is absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Wow.
That's all I can say.
The colour in here is absolutely incredible. Here you can actually see how important colour was to George IV and how flamboyant the table looks. Look at all that colour.
But actually, just look at the wall displays.
Just the creativity and the craftsmanship to actually build something like this is just insane. So George IV was known for having luxurious banquets, so what they tried to do is incorporate his love for colour and flamboyancy and have the table filled with so much different colour. You see the cakes on there, the pigment powder as well that's been used in the jars along the side. It's incredible.
Notice the dragon at the top up there. Amazing.
So we're just heading through the corridors now, which is where a lot of the footmen and housemaids used to bustle back and forth into the banquet hall, and we just caught a glimpse of the floor pan as well here.
So we've just come through from there, which is the great kitchen we're about to go into.
We're trying to through the banqueting room.
You can play in colour in here, and it looks like they've set up some games for the kids or anyone.
And they've put some signs up around here, so if you want an audio tour, these can be downloaded to your own phone for only £2 as well. We've noticed a lot of people doing this, so for £2 I think it's quite a good value for an audio guide.
So we've come back through here, and I am eyeing up those macarons on that cake there. It looks very nice. And there's the...
It's called pigment powder. It's in all the jars.
Oh.
They've used it to make it look really colourful.
Very cool.
The Royal Pavilion is actually a Grade 1 listed building built in 1787, so it's very, very old. But it's incredible how much they've been able to maintain this building and structure so that we can enjoy it today.
Yeah, I understand when Queen Victoria came in, they took a lot of the decoration out, stripped it back, and then obviously it was sold to Brighton Town, and obviously they've restored it, and now we get to visit.
Now we get to visit and enjoy it, yeah.
This room is amazing.
So the room we're in at the moment is called the Saloon, and it says here George loved using silver and gold, and it represents his taste for bling. That's definitely something that's coming across in every room that we visit here. How much royal it feels, how much bling, how much luxury definitely comes across.
They've done colour themes, so this is yes colours, passionate yellow. They've got calming yellow, so they've obviously focused on yellow in here. You can obviously try it out if you want. Here we go. Just round here.
And it was all yellow at the Royal Pavilion. This is a nice little touch, isn't it? How they've managed to incorporate the colour. It's absolutely stunning. We're filming this as we're seeing this for the first time, so you get the same level of impact that we do. Just the chandeliers, the grandness, and if I span up, you can see all the way up into the dome. The architecture that we're seeing, a lot of the style that we're seeing here is actually done by an architect called John Nash, who worked on extending the building in 1815. So a lot of the style and influence that we're seeing today is from someone called John Nash.
And unsurprisingly, this is the music room. You can hear that music playing.
It's actually really zen, really relaxing.
It is, I can see it here. Little details like that dragon in the fireplace. And that beautiful clock. Gosh. That's a gorgeous clock with all the like you've got like the angel lady at the top. It obviously resembles something.
And then in the background you can see the mirror, how the mirror reflects the chandeliers.
I love this kind of...
There's lots of Chinese influence, Far East influence in design and architecture.
embedded.
Love to sit in one of those chairs.
But we won't. We'll respect the boundaries.
There's a chair here. So you can have a seat here. Just take it in.
And this, just to show you, this is Luke's view currently right now, looking out into the music room.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah. So we've just taken a minute to kind of sit down and appreciate this room, because we're big music lovers, so we're kind of drawn to this room anyway. And we've actually just spotted up high more dragons. So just up here you can see the dragons all around, the green dragons here. So I'm just following Luke now, so we're going to Lord Chamberlain's department. So it says here, the servants working above stairs at the Royal Pavilion were part of Lord Chamberlain's department. Look out for the servants' stories as you continue on your tour. We're just heading in now to the King's bedchamber, and I love that it includes here only the most loyal and trusted servants worked here. So you gotta be on that list to be able to come in this room. Look at that bed. That bed's incredible. Here he is.
You read it for the first time.
Brighton is still very gay and full of balls.
I love that. It's so random.
It is.
What does it mean? Let's have a look. This neon installation features a direct quote from the poet Samuel Rogers, who described Brighton's lively social scene in 1829. Gay, which meant obviously at the time joyful and exuberant, and balls refer to the city's many formal dances. Obviously, it sounds a little bit, like it says, words evolve.
And a little bit of research that we did on the Royal Pavilion is actually the Royal Pavilion was host to one of the first same-sex marriages when it became legalised in the UK in 2013. So in 2014 the Royal Pavilion was understandably used as one of the first locations for same-sex marriages. Seems quite fitting really, and I love how the neon lights are making my face look really pink right now.
Wow.
Feels very, very old. And the staircase, look, the staircase looks like bamboo.
Yeah.
Bamboo staircase, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Always surprises people. I mean, you said before in something like this on Seaside.
Yes, I know.
Probably everyone says that. So I was just having a little chat to one of the tour attendants. As you go around, there's people at various points that will give you some extra information. And she was saying that next year they're going to do a dragon exhibition. And lots of activities for the kids, but also the adults as well, because as we've seen as we've gone around, there's so many different elements, different types of dragons, so we can see how that's going to be a feature for next year. Luke was just saying the beds are so small, but they still look really comfortable though. Like really, really deep beds. Just got to Queen Victoria's apartments now, so we're loving pink now, apparently.
Yeah, look at that. And it just says here, during Queen Victoria's reign, purple was a popular colour. Everyone wanted purple and violet clothes. This was because of the invention of an artificial mauve. So very interesting. I like having the little bits of information you can read.
We've just stumbled across, dun dun dun, the toilet. That's their toilets.
Imagine that was a very posh one.
Yeah.
In those days.
It feels really basic now, but yeah, back then it would have been like luxury.
Japanese toilet of the past.
Yeah, that would have been like a luxury toilet. It is absolutely incredible how narrow and tiny the staircases were.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm going to try and get a gauge of how narrow that is. Single file up there for sure. What's always a certain is that any museum will end with a gift shop.
And just to know that our toilet's on this level as well.
Yes.
Handy.
And we've picked up a leaflet, and there's plenty of options to donate because it is a charity, and this just enables the continuation of people being able to visit such an incredible landmark. Just heading downstairs now, but it always reminds me, if anyone has accessible needs, that there is a lift. So if you are watching where you do have the need for an elevator to get up and down, then there is that option here. So as much as we talk about the stairs, it's important that everybody should be able to experience the Royal Pavilion. As we said, every museum ends with a gift shop. It is. It's very nice. It's nice and cool in here, temperature-wise.
There's actually a nice coffee shop there as well.
Oh yeah, coffee shop straight through there. Every purchase you make supports the Royal Pavilion, so that's nice that they remind you that if you do buy something from the gift shop, it goes straight back in to maintaining and making sure that this can stay open, essentially.
We didn't realise, but the coffee shop attached to the Royal Pavilion is the Botanist, the place we got our coffee this morning. So that must be one of their other stores. And that looks really cool in there.
And I love it says iced coffee available all day and in temperatures like this.
Oh look, free today if your name's Simon.
ID required.
Simon today.
Why can't we be called Simon? So if you are Simon today and you are in Brighton, you need to get yourself to the Botanist Coffee Company because you will get, as long as you've got ID, you will get a free coffee. So Luke's going to have another iced coffee here at the Royal Pavilion branch of the Botanist Coffee Company. And the lovely gentleman here was just saying that they've actually combined, so the Pavilion are doing a lot of colour at the moment, a lot of features around colour, so they try to integrate that into a lot of what they sell at the moment. So you can see here they do the magenta, the golden, the lavender green and the cayenne. So I love that they've integrated with the local history and been really creative with their drinks range. Can we also just talk about this plum and rose Victoria sponge? That looks incredible. So I'm a big fan of rose. Plum, I can give or take, but definitely the colour definitely attracts me to this. And the gentleman was just saying to us that they sell a lot of these, the scones with local raspberry jam and cream. This is very, very popular.
I'm sold.
Yeah, a nice little chat there with the barista.
Yeah, they said they have a lot of people come here for the scones and the jam.
The cakes as well. That plum and rose Victoria sponge looked incredible.
So what was your overall verdict on the Brighton Pavilion?
I absolutely loved it. I love how colourful and vibrant and flamboyant it is in there, and I think it just really adds to like the local area. It's so different, and we were talking to one of the guides, and it's just adds to the kind of culture of Brighton, the fact that it's here.
Yeah, and the fact that it worked out like it was £19.50 for both of us, so £10 each. Do you know what I mean?
And we were in there for about
Yeah, about an hour. I'd allow an hour.
Yeah.
So, lots of tours coming in now.
Yeah.
But I think if you do the rail thing, I mean, it's 1 hour, just about 1 hour 5 minutes from London Victoria into Brighton direct on the train. So if you do come via train, which is better anyway, to get the 2 for 1 saves yourself £19.50.
Yeah.
So that was well worth it.
No-brainer. Yeah. But yeah, a massive thumbs up. I'm so pleased that we included it in our day today down in Brighton.
So now we're going to go back to the pier.
So as Luke said, we're going to make the 7-minute walking journey down to the pier. We'll put a map up just so you can kind of show the route of how to get from the Royal Pavilion down to the pier, but with it being 7 minutes, it's so close. It's probably worth mentioning also how close the Laines, the famous Lanes of Brighton. So this is where you're going to see all of the independent, traditional, old style shops, markets and jewellery stands, things like that. Literally is just across the road from the Royal Pavilion, so you can probably tie those two together. So as we walk down to the coast area back to the pier, we're actually passing a lot of restaurants and pubs. So if you did want to come down to a traditional British pub, you've got the Sussex Arms here, and there's other shops and things down here, isn't there?
Yeah, what I'm hearing the most is the seagulls.
Yeah. It is such a great mix of independent and more mainstream brands along here, and you get the traditional bunting at the top there for that seaside vibe.
There we have it, Brighton, famous Pebble Beach. You've got the carousel down there, which we're going to go down to later. You can see the ruins of the old pier that burnt down. And we're going to head down to the new pier. Well, not the new pier, the current pier.
Current pier, yeah.
So we've got the sightseeing bus here, open top bus. 1 day ticket £15, or you can get 2 days consecutive for 21. And it goes all the way on a route across to the marina, Royal Pavilion.
And you've got the open top up there as well as the indoor section as well. So if you want to avoid the sun, you can head down to the ground. Got the usual traditional ice cream kiosks at the front here. We're getting all the smells at the moment. We've got that traditional donut, seaside donut, fish and chip smell.
It's £2 to go on the pier.
And we are officially on the Brighton Palace Pier.
Oh, you've got to go and put your head in there, that's the tradition.
Yeah. So you can see the usual donuts and crepes here,
candy floss. Oh, this takes me back as a kid coming to the Seaside. The clotted cream fudge boxes. How many of you remember going to the Seaside and getting a clotted cream fudge box, or a stick of rock, or the big dummies, the big candy dummies? Oh, so many memories coming back right now. And slush. God, I love slush. We are just taking in the pier vibes right now, listening to the waves. We're just literally outside one of the 2 arcades on the pier as well. And the pier actually opened in 1899 and is 1,700 feet long.
Definitely not new.
Not
still
new.
standing. And we get
Still
great,
standing.
great view back down here of the Pebble Beach. And you can see the BA 360 or Brighton Eye over there. But yeah, it's filling up. It's a nice day, and when it's a nice day, everyone comes to the beach. And the water actually looks really quite nice, doesn't it? Right, should we go on the pier?
Let's do it.
Really like an arcade. You can't beat the smell of an arcade either, that traditional smell. Oh look, they've got a Zoltar. Zoltar's big.
Taken.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's bigger than I expected. I don't remember this. Wow. It's actually a really nice one. Who doesn't love a 2p machine or a 10p machine?
For hours in here on these machines.
As a child, these ones, used to be obsessed with these.
They're
They've got
still
loads.
going, even after COVID, they're still going. So, question for you, what is your go-to game when you come into an arcade? Mine is definitely the basketball game over there, which is full, which is always usually full. What's yours, 2p machine?
2p machine,
Yeah.
I've seen one of these for years. We used to play this.
Yeah, I definitely remember this game. So you drop the money and the coin in, and wherever it lands, gives you tickets. And what do tickets mean?
Prizes.
Prizes.
You win, the bigger the prize. Tickets mean prizes, exactly what you said.
Never seen this before. So they've actually got, if you remember back as a kid, a coconut shy.
They've got an automated one.
So yeah, so that's something different. We've never seen that before. The treasure trove of prizes from what you can redeem on your tickets.
So what happens is, if you haven't done it before, most people probably know this, but like, you get all your tickets, then you feed your tickets in here, and then you get your ticket with how much tickets you've got, then you go over there and you pick, and when you're a child, all those tickets, then you get something that's worth like £1.
It was something like playing cards or sweeties or something like that.
Come out of the first arcade, and we're going to keep walking down to the end. This pier is really long. If you compare it to like Bournemouth Pier, this one is much longer. Oh, they've got the old games over here. You got to throw the blocks down there. The shootout and rebound. There's a cow there.
We're probably about midway down the pier now. It is a very long pier. We've been to a few over the country before, but this is probably the longest pier we've been to. So you've got one of the 3 restaurants here. You've got Palm Court for your traditional takeaway fish and chips. There's Horatio's bar as well, and there's more of a sort of light bites kiosk place. And a lot of the kiosks here still standing are from when it first opened as well. And we're at the fun fair. We've already seen some of the rides going around that look, I would say, vomit inducing.
This is cute though.
This one isn't. This is little kids one. This is fine. But there are some rides on here that are extreme, to say the least. Price wise as well, ranges from £26 through to 32 for the wristbands. Yeah. So there's a lot for kids here. So they've got like a upside down loop-the-loop roller coaster in the distance there called Turbo. They've got a haunted house as well, horror hotel roller coaster. They've got the traditional Helter Skelter. That's probably more my vibe today. And this one over here was the more extreme one that we saw going round, that we just missed coming around the corner, called Air Race.
This is like, it just goes around, spins around, and yeah, not today, but there is something, safe to say, something for everybody here.
It's got a lovely traditional carousel there. That looks really nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's another one down on the beach.
Helter Skelter.
And then behind us, we stuck around basically because I was determined to see this going around so we can show you. This is all kinds of no for us. I can't even see you on this. But it's, yeah. Let us know in the comments, are you brave enough to do air race?
Does it go upside down?
It does, yeah.
Oh God.
It does go upside down. No.
That's a no.
It's just a no. I just no.
Whoa, I'm going to stand back from people being sick.
Got a few people heading up the Helter Skelter. It's so nostalgic seeing them go up. Those mats, those straw mats. Just brings back memories. Running up those stairs, feeling exhausted, then coming all the way back down again. So Frankenstein's hand has seen better days. But yeah, it's a nice feature outside the Horror Hotel. We would say the price point wise per ride, I mean, for example, the Horror Hotel is £5 per person. So I think if you're going to do the rides down at the pier, it's probably a good shout for you to do the wristbands, because before you know it, you've clocked up more than it would cost for the wristbands. Here he is.
This is like taking me back to my youth. I remember playing this. Obviously, you shoot the water into
the flames, the holes, yeah.
Oh, that's really nostalgic. Let's go in this arcade.
And I love that they've got the contactless feature here as well, so you have to rummage around for coins. Start as well that there are 2 arcades here, which is great. This is arcade number 2 at the end of the pier.
Oh, look at all those basketball things lined up.
The basketball game is
up there.
calling my name. Oh, this is Brighton's biggest indoor children's play area as well, in the second pier at the end. It's got to be done, I think. This has got to be done.
We've got our £1 coin, Rich is going to have a go on his favourite game.
It's got to be done.
Which one do you want to pick?
I'm filling this one.
Right, ready? There we go. High score 96.
Not my best.
Not your best. Have fun? What's the tickets? Let's see the tickets. There we go. Brighton Palace Pier. There we go. Brighton Palace Pier tickets. Not sure what you're going to get. 5 tickets.
One thing we like to do if we ever get tickets from an arcade, is because we can never make use of them, is just to surprise a kid and give them a few extra tickets. So we're on the lookout for someone to give our tickets to.
They've got a coaster there, turbo coaster, and the classic Dodgems here, or bumper cars as we often call them. Love a good go on the bumper cars. Waltzer, is it a yes or a no for the waltzer?
No.
I used to love the waltzer. This absolutely spins around.
If you are not into this, puts the teacups to shame.
I know, it's £5 for one go.
Notice that no one is here.
A lot of memories from that. And this is Crazy Mouse. It's actually much bigger than I was expecting. I don't remember this pier at all.
No. Oh, so we found a couple of young kids that literally looked like they just arrived because they were fixing their wristbands, their funfair wristbands. So we thought, well, they look quite good. So they came up to us and they were like, I think they were mesmerised by the tickets themselves.
Fish and chips with mushy peas.
Are you a mushy peas? Are you a non-mushy peas? Or peas altogether?
They've got a mini golf, pirate golf down there.
Pirate golf, mini golf, and then you've got ice cream, slush puppies, cold drinks here as well. Right on the beach. Definitely feeling the summer down here today. Just made it down to Volk's Electric Railway. What you're hearing behind us is a electric vehicle event here as well. There's some sort of race going on, but we're going to head down to the Electric Railway, which is 140 years old. It is old. Luke's going to head in to get our tickets, but just so you know, for an adult return is £6.70, for a child 5 to 15 £4.20, and dogs are welcome on a lead and are free of charge.
Down to a quieter area because there's some sort of event today, so it's very noisy. But we've just booked tickets for the Volk's Electric Railway.
Yeah, it's over 140 years old. It's the world's longest running electric railway.
Yeah,
The
so
world's oldest.
it opened in 1883, and it was invented by Brighton-based engineer Magnus Volk. So we booked tickets for 11:30. The 11:15 was sold out for a private group, but it's going to come along in a minute, and then we're going to head back down and go on it. It was £6.70 per person return.
Children are a little bit cheaper, and I think dogs are allowed on with the lead and for no extra charge. I think 5 and under 5 is free as well.
So it would be fun to see this.
The fact that there's some little seats here and you can watch it go in there. So that's the earlier one going there with the private group. It says your trains today are car 7
or 9. 114 years old, that one, and that one's 122.
So I'll say they're not probably not the oldest of the trains.
That's number 7 out there.
But I like the fact that they tell you which train you are going to be riding.
Wait and see. Listen, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. And in fact, on that.
So we'll show you our view. So literally just we're facing backwards. Yeah, but we're going to get amazing views of the coastline, which is about a mile long in the journey. We are just going past the National Open Water Swimming Centre, and there's actually, hopefully it's going to come out, but there's actually an outdoor swimming pool right on the sea. Look at that. How much do you want to be in that pool right now?
That's really nice.
That looks really, really nice. I don't know how new it is. There's a nice little sauna there as well. It's called Laines, is the outdoor pool, and also they've got like a beach volleyball court area there, right on the beach. The breeze is so nice on here. We're just passing the halfway station right now, so this actually looks like an actual station stop.
It's very nice and relaxing.
So relaxed. You enjoying your little railway ride?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah? Nice breeze. It's nice being by the sea.
The only thing with these, some can't really tell.
So we've got all the way down to Blackrock Station, and this is where we need to all change as if you're going to come all the way back on the other side. So yeah, as we're saying, the Blackrock Station is where you all have to change and then reposition back onto the cart to go back the other way. And we're back. Wow. I can't do that.
A really good little trip on the electric train.
That was really fun. So it was about half an hour, wasn't it, altogether?
Yeah, Volk's Electric Railway. You go back and forth, very chilled, very nice. Saw a lovely pool down there.
That swimming pool looked so inviting, and how amazing to be swimming right on the seafront.
Yeah, I think if we'd had more time today, we would have gone up, because you can, at the furthest stop at the Blackrock Station, you can get off and see the Brighton Marina. So that would be nice to see. But we're now going to have a quick look down here. I think we want to try and find some fish and chips.
Absolutely, you can't come to the seaside without fish and chips.
It's getting a bit busier now.
There is a hive of activity though. There's some great performers, there's some live music. So as you can see, it's just coming up to 12 o'clock midday now, so the beachfront is getting quite busy, understandably. But we are going to try and head down, probably down here towards the Arches, where there are some restaurants and some fish and chip places.
Heading down to the fish and chip shop. And you've got all the Arches along here, and the Arches are along the other side, which we'll head down, but they've got lots of lovely little shops and things to look at. The sea's just there. We're going to try the Pier View fish and chips, because it's got a view of the pier. Right, it's time for the salt and vinegar.
Now, Luke, where's first? Salt or vinegar?
Vinegar. Nice lot of vinegar.
Is that enough?
Yeah. That's some salt.
They
There we
win.
go, let's enjoy. There we go. This is just the small fries, but it's huge. And Rich got a kids fish and chips for $6.50, which is really quite big. And then you've got the pier view just there.
It's super fresh. This is cooked all fresh to order. The steam coming out of it is so flaky and so
Very
good.
nice.
Yeah,
How was it?
really good. Very hot. All made to order. Really fresh.
And it was nice just sitting here watching the Welco by.
Fish and chips taste so much better by the seaside.
So a short 5-minute walk from the seafront and the pier area. We're heading towards the Laines, which is a lovely shopping district.
Full of history. Some of the lanes even go back to the 16th century. So here you'll find lots of like independent stalls, lots of different jewellery items. But yeah, we're going to have a little mooch now.
Yeah, looking forward.
So it is bustling down here. So it's around lunchtime. So obviously all of the restaurants and cafes are going to be really busy.
It's really pretty though.
It's really pretty. You can see how you get lost. A little bit of Disney there as well. Mickey, Minnie and Pluto's Club on the right, which is a famous restaurant as well around the world. Just heading on to Market Street. This is where it gets a little bit more narrow. I can see how you'd get lost around here. You kind of get lost amongst the lanes.
It's very popular getting jewellery in Brighton as well.
Yes.
Lots of people get their wedding.
Lots of hidden independent jewellers.
And nice restaurants. There we go. Mr. Men, Little Miss reimagined.
I love that. Just on the random side of a building.
Yeah.
Just go through the lanes. We're now heading down Meeting House Lanes. This is what we were talking about with the independent jewellers and pawnbrokers. So you see a lot of people getting their wedding jewellery here. There's lots of artist places here as well. Lots of fine art. And you can see it's getting it narrower and narrower. Nice little fudge shop there. Oh, look at that tray of fudge. Chocolate mini egg fudge. Wow. Old fashioned vanilla.
Oh, sugar mice.
Ah, sugar mice. I remember sugar mice. Good old candy floss.
So we are back at Gatwick. We had a really nice time in Brighton.
I love that.
Yeah, it did. We didn't get to see as much as we wanted to. So we didn't get to North Lanes. We didn't get around, I think it was Queen Victoria Park.
Yeah.
So there were some things we didn't get to do. And we didn't get to see many of the, by the beach, the
Oh, the arches.
arches. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we definitely need to do another trip. But it
But
was,
that proves that Brighton is more than a day's trip.
yeah.
For sure.
And it was very, very busy down there. Then all the trains got cancelled, so it was fun getting back. But we hope you've enjoyed following along. Comment below if you'd like us to recommend anywhere else in the UK for us to visit. See you soon.
See you soon.